Mad Max Fury Road is directed by George Miller and stars Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, and Nicholas Hoult. And this movie is the continuation of the Mad Max series. Now, if you've never heard of the Mad Max series, first off, where have you been and why do you watch movies? Do you have any idea how much these three films have influenced movies today? I'm a fan of the Mad Max movies. The third one wasn't that great. Road Warrior is one of the best action movies ever from the 80s, and Mad Max was a great revenge movie. They're all directed by George Miller, and the last one came out 30 years ago, and we're finally getting a new look into this world from the same person who created it. Now in this movie, Max, played by Tom Hardy, has been captured by this strange group of people who are led by this person they almost view as a religious figure. He's got this crazy mask. My buddy Craig Candico of FatMovieGuy.com described him as Skeletor and Darth Vader's love child. Charlize Theron's character is trying to get a group of people to safety that she cares for very deeply while also finding her homeland. And Mad Max is sort of the guy caught in the middle of all this, and he has to figure out which side he's on. Now, in regards to action movies, there are some landmarks, what you might call milestones. 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark. 1988, Die Hard. 1991, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. 1999, The Matrix. 2008, The Dark Knight. 2015, Mad Max Fury Road. This movie was incredible! It was so good! I cannot believe how excited I am to tell you this movie was just... It's everything I want an action movie to be, guys. 2015 is done. Mad Max 4 broke the year. The year's broken. Mad Max 4, you finished it. It's done. Just don't even go to see another movie this year. You're done. I'm a huge fan of action filmmaking. I take it very seriously. If you guys didn't see the video I did called The Problem with Action Movies Today, it was shared by dozens of some of the biggest entertainment websites on the internet. And I'm not just patting myself on the back. What I'm saying is, everyone sort of has this worry about action movies now. Everyone pretty much feels the same way. They're not that good anymore. What has happened? George Miller has returned to make everything right again. Everything about the way the action is directed in this movie. The intensity, the rawness, the realistic sense to it all. The sense of vulnerability of our hero who is constantly in peril almost every second and every scene in this movie. Someone is beaten on this guy. It's fantastic. I couldn't believe how much fun I had with this movie. It by far is the best movie I've seen so far this year. It might be the best action movie I've seen so far this decade. I'm serious. It might be, guys. It might actually be the best action movie of the decade. Wow. I lost my mind. I lost it. It's gone. That being said, when this movie ended, the woman behind me went, "Oh, thank God." I turned around and I was like, "You didn't like it?" And she said, "No, I really hated it." And I was like, "Have you ever seen a Mad Max movie before?" And she went, "No, this is my first one." And I was like, "Yeah, And I just kind of turned around and I was just like, well, maybe you shouldn't have come to this movie. If you've never seen a Mad Max movie and it's the fourth Mad Max movie, why would you come to this movie?" Going into this movie, you need to recognize it's insane. This movie's nuts. It's crazy. There's a guy playing electric guitar on top of a truck shooting flames out of the neck of the guitar. Does that sound cool to you? If it does, go see this movie because you're going to love it. It honestly is a non-stop action thrill ride, and it also has a surprising amount of feeling to it, especially with Charlize Theron's character, because once you learn some of the things that's going on, her backstory and the things that she needs, and once Max sees this and they start to take note of some of these problems, the movie actually gets really emotionally powerful at times. And Tom Hardy is excellent as Max. He is so good. I'm a big fan of Gibson's portrayal of Mad Max. He had big shoes to fill, and he did an excellent job doing so. I was very satisfied with his hand-to-hand combat scenes, the helming of those scenes. There's no shaky cam to be found. Beautiful, wide shots of chaos and destruction that'll just leave you drooling. It's so well helmed. I just loved it. I'll say this is the best 80s action movie that never came out in the 80s. Ever. I'm not the kind of person that sits here and exaggerates, and fanboys. I'll admit, there have been times a couple years ago where I have fanboyed over films that weren't as good as I said they were, and that's because was younger, and I've learned more since then, and I'm older now, and I'm becoming a jaded old man, I guess. But the honest truth is, guys, I'm not exaggerating. Mad Max Fury Road is one of the best action films I've ever seen. It's probably the best action film I've seen so far this decade. I'd have to think about that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And it's by far the best movie I've seen so far this year. Guys, if you don't see this movie, I will be disappointed in you. Do not make this 2015's Edge of Tomorrow. Go see Mad Max Fury Road as soon as you can. Mad Max Fury Road gets an A+. Do you realize I gave only 2 of those grades out last year? 2. Just 2 A+. Guys, this is the action movie you've been waiting for. If you've seen Mad Max Fury Road, let me know what you thought of it below. Be wary of spoilers for those who haven't seen it, please. And thank you so much, as always, for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.